Welcome to the Cybersecurity Show by AC Council. My name is Jay Bavisi and I'm the CEO and founder of AC Council. With me today, I have Cecil Penida, who is the CISO and Senior Vice President of R1. Cecil, welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me, Jay.
You're most welcome, Cecil. So, you're the CISO of a healthcare revenue operations
Yes.
company,
Yeah.
right? Tell us a little bit more about what does that mean. What does your organization do?
Fair question. A lot of people don't understand it. It's essentially in a typical health system, everything from scheduling until the moment you pay the bill, everything in between, from claims to your, estimates to the people, the process, the technology, the infrastructure behind it. We manage that for the hospitals. Essentially, this is most hospitals want to focus on care,
Mhm.
and we could take over their operations. Essentially, it's a BPO model.
BPO model
Yeah.
for healthcare, the back end.
Yeah, the
How-
back end.
How large is your organization? How many people do you have in the?
The entire company is roughly around 37,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, and about close to 200 are in the security and identity team today.
100 people report to you in security identity.
Almost 200.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And here you are at RSA
Yeah,
without any gray hair whatsoever.
I have a lot. You just don't see it.
Right. Fantastic. So, Cecil, talk to us a little bit about the kind of challenges that you face as a CISO, right? You have a board, you have 100 old people. I assume they are broken down across different functions. You have security operations, you've got project teams, you've got IR, right? What does a typical day look like?
Oh, it's if you asked me 3 years ago, I would have a different answer. But today, we've managed to bring a lot of our technology, our people, our process in order. They're working, as we like. Look, I'm here. Typically, 3 years ago, I would be here, but still on the phone
Right.
almost all day. But we've done a lot of improvements over time. It wasn't easy. We're still far away from our goals. We have this job. The only constant is change. There's so much change internally. The business is growing. We've been acquiring companies, and AI is knocking on the door. A lot of our partners inside R1 and even the bad guys are using AI. So it's an exciting, job. Even though it's difficult, but it's exciting. Few months ago, I reported to the board, and they asked me how is everything, and I said it's very stressful, but it's also fun.
Right.
Yeah.
I like the way you put a positive spin to a pretty large challenge. Now,
Yeah.
Cecil, as you know, EC Council is credited for the Certified Ethical Hacker certification, right?
Yeah.
And we create ethical hackers, and that's what the problem that we've been trying to solve for a long time. So let's dive in a little bit. There are two areas that I want to pick up on. One, you have a team of 100 people within cyber and a
Yeah.
larger IT team, right?
Yeah.
Traditionally, in many organizations, IT teams tend to create misconfigurations and
Yeah.
problems. It is never their problem because it's the security guy that's going to fix it, right?
Yeah.
How do you see that within your organization, within your industry, right? Do you, because you have 36,000 people, 100 cybersecurity people, I assume 1,000 plus IT folks, right?
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Is this something that you face constantly?
Yeah. We face constantly, and we embrace it. In fact, one of the things you mentioned about your program, Certified Ethical Hacker, is something that we encourage internally. Not many organizations have an offensive security team, but we do. In fact, one of our number one attacker is an internal person in my offensive security team.
Nice.
He's always on the top of the list.
Wow. How do you measure? So you have 100 people. How do you measure skill development within these 100? Because you can't have them away from office. That's not going to make sense for you because you've a lot that's going on.
Yeah.
At the same time, the attack surface is changing. At the same time, the vulnerabilities are growing. How do you deal with upskilling?
Good question. We are always looking for training partners. We recently just completed a 1-year use of a training platform.
Mhm.
We're moving to a new training platform. I'm actually speaking with your Amber. Maybe look at.
EC Council Learning.
Yeah, we have opportunities, but there's a lot of things online that's available. But I think there's no alternative to like focus training.
Right.
we encourage everyone to set aside time in their week to learn and improve. We're encouraging everyone to spend 10-20% of the time looking at AI and how we can utilize it. And I think having a platform that we could use more targeted, I think is important.
Yeah, in fact, a
Yeah.
lot of our clients tend to use the platform because of the capture the flag capability.
Yeah.
One of the challenges in learning is really creating a security culture where there's a culture of learning,
Yeah.
and it's not one that they feel challenged,
Yeah.
but they feel that they are really interested in learn. So let's just jump in a little bit. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
by the
sorry.
way,
Yeah, uh-huh.
the platform we just finished using for 1 year, I think that's one of the interesting part. It's gamified. There's scores, so people actually try to
Beat one another,
beat one
create
another
competitive culture.
and create and a very very positive partnership with internally. We have folks who are more focused on certain things. On some are in cyber ranges. So I think making the platform interesting and entertaining, I think are key to for a platform.
So, without naming any vendors, what are the few traits that you tend to want as a CISO in a futuristic learning platform that you think the industry will benefit from?
I think the content is really important. We're using a couple now that we've been using for several years, this awareness platform. And I think the content is improving, but I think we have to make a change there. It's getting a little boring.
Hmm.
I think it has to be entertaining. It has to be adaptive to the changing times.
Mhm.
And I think I'm really looking forward for a more behavioral based training, meaning something that I can hook up to our other systems internally. For example, we get a person who's always getting fished. We don't want to punish them, but we want to find a way to help this person. I would like to have a training platform that we could use so we could improve the behavior of the people.
Right. So that you have a long-lasting change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on, Cecil, to another part. AI. You talked about AI,
Yeah.
right? I mean, everywhere in RSA, everyone's talking about AI.
Everyone there.
Right? Everything is about AI right now. What is your personal take about the industry and about AI? Are you personally seeing change in behavior of attack patterns? Are you seeing usage by your defense team utilizing AI to do a better job? What are you seeing?
Both ways. We're seeing some of these threats are getting very sophisticated. Some are getting through the filters, our policies, our barriers. But like most organizations, we've created these layers and layers. We will eventually catch them, but it is challenging because the way we use AI now for security and improvements across IDs is being used against us. And last year we talked about AI here at RSA, but wasn't as I'm just surprised with the speed of adoption. I walk at the floors today. Every booth is talking about many of their technology being AI powered now. So
Absolutely.
it's faster than I thought it would be.
It is. But do you see that as a stress? Like in a sense that as a CISO?
Yeah,
Right.
I see it's both ways. I see the stress, but we want to take advantage of it. I've challenged my team to start looking at ways on how we could use this AI as a team member, even making our users, our employees, as having like a wingman to help us
Right.
do things faster and better.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And what about boards? Like when you deal with AI, I mean, you're already dealing with cybersecurity topic with a board. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but your board, but generally in the industry, right? A lot of CISOs face challenge when you talk to boards. When it comes to prior to an incident, budgets are limited, projects are limited, focus is required. And then after an incident, budgets are unlimited. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want,
Yeah.
right? And now we have AI. So AI is not going to be cheap because there's implementation
Yeah.
required. So again, more budget. So now, do you see that as a competing factor? Because the technology needs
a little
are-
bit. We really look at it as an opportunity. Our company is investing a lot in AI. So we recently signed a large exclusive deal with Palantir today to 3 months ago to help us develop better, faster, smarter technologies.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, some fun facts about you, Cecil. We want the audience to know who you are as a person. So, rapid fire round, right?
Yeah.
Right. Tell us what's your favorite food.
I like Indian food actually.
That's
I,
nice.
I was actually looking for, whenever you're here, you're always either ramen or
Right.
sushi or steak. But I'm actually looking for a nice Indian restaurants.
Fantastic. What do you do in your free time? What's your hobby?
We don't really have a lot of free time, but when
Right.
I have a group of cybersecurity folks in Dallas that we go mountain biking.
Right. Oh yeah. Talking about cybersecurity folks in Dallas, you are a celebrity in your own
No.
right. You do a lot of community work. So
I'm
tell us-
surprised,
yeah. Tell us a little bit about the community work and what's the community all
Yeah,
about. in
no,
Dallas?
we started 3 years ago. It's we wanted to bring people together. A little bit more relaxed environment. Bring the speakers that we really wanna, invite, and topics that are more geared to us. It's really, we made it. The founders are all CISOs. The advisory board are all CISOs, and it's still a business at the end of the day. But we're not running it as a business. We're running it as a community. We donate portions of our profit to charity. We've donated $400,000 now.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
not small.
Yeah, and so we have Austin now, Dallas twice a year, Austin maybe twice, maybe soon, but we're going to Chicago and Atlanta very soon. So we're not bringing it there, we're building it there. I think for the program to be sustainable, the community, we want the local folks to lead the local chapters.
Fantastic. This is Dallas and Austin.
Dallas and Austin is now, we've done 7 events in Dallas, and I think we've done 2 events in Austin, and then our next stop is in Chicago.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, Cecil, I want you to go back, say, 20 years, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of upcoming cybersecurity professionals that would dream of being you in time to come.
I don't
So,
think.
right, maybe not so much of having your problems
Yeah.
as a CISO, but there are many that aspire to be a CISO,
Yeah.
right? What would be your advice to an upcoming cybersecurity professional? What are the things that you learned in your career, in your journey to where you are right now, that others can emulate from?
I went through many years of trying to get there faster, learn more, and I made a mistake along the way. That mistake was really focusing on all the things that technology, all these best practices. I discounted the power of friendships and networking, and that's one of the reasons I set up the CISO XC, is to foster mentoring, foster having a support group. 20 years ago, I wasn't talking to anyone. I wasn't networking, and I was studying. I wanted to get all the certifications I want. And, now 25 years later, I realized, I should have spent more time doing some networking, meeting people and learning from them. A lot of the things I learned today are from folks who have gone through the same problems.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Cecil, it's been a pleasure having you here
Yeah.
with me. You're watching Cecil Pineda, the CISO and Senior Vice President of R1. Cecil, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you, Jay.
Really enjoyed
Thank
it.
you for inviting me.
Thank you.